If you're looking to ditch that lame factory shifter in your automatic 2015 and newer Challenger at home, well then you have to check out this awesome piece from the gang over at Hurst. Now, this shifter handle will combine that old school pistol grip styling along with a black and polished billet aluminum build, all for right around that high $200 price point. So this is a simple way to totally change up both the look and the feel of your interior and also improve the driving experience at the same time. Now let's face it guys, the factory automatic shifter handle in these cars looks like they've been pulled straight out of a minivan and totally don't vibe with the interior of these iconic muscle cars. And that's where this awesome pistol grip shifter comes into play from Hurst. By replacing that rental car shifter with this 100% billet aluminum handle, it's totally going to transform the interior appearance to what should have been a factory edition. Now this is one of several different options from Hurst and admittedly is one of their more expensive options for the auto-equipped Challengers out there, but in my opinion, it's also one of the better looking ones as well, thanks to that combo of the black and polished billet aluminum. Now, if you dig the pistol grip styling or design, but maybe wanted to save a few bucks, well, you could always check out Hurst's rosewood or all black options, both of which can be found here on the site for south of $100, so considerably more affordable than the billet option here today. Now, as far as your build is concerned, guys, again, 100% billet aluminum is what you can expect here with this option. You got the polished bit right in the middle here, and of course, you got the anodized black kind of sandwiching that polished bit on either side. Now, that legendary Hurst name has been engraved on either side of the handle. And finally, there is a little trigger portion here, a lockout function, if you will, to take the car out of park, of course, and select your different gear. Last but not least, guys, everything is backed by a limited lifetime warranty, just in case you should run into any issues. Now, before we get into the install, guys, I do want to quickly go back and touch on, outside of appearance, how the Hurst handle might change the feel and basically experience of your everyday driving. Listen, we all know that the auto Challengers aren't manuals, right? That's pretty obvious, but there is something about just having your handle on that shifter whenever driving that just feels right. Auto or manual, and the pistol grip here from Hurst, I think is greatly going to improve the driving position while I'll just go ahead and ripping around town. Now, ultimately though, guys, I am going to encourage you, as always, to read up on the numerous 4- and 5-star reviews on the Hurst shifter back on the product page at AEM if you haven't done so already. Check out some of the reviews, see how some guys are modifying their Hurst shifters in their own rides, and ultimately it's a good way to get some real world feedback on just how this thing has improved their ride. But now let's segue into the installation, and site's actually gonna call this a pretty solid 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, guys, maybe an hour or so to complete from start to finish. But to give you a better idea of just how the handle from Hurst is going to get in place, here's an AEM customer to walk you through the job now.
All right, so the tools that I used here was some miscellaneous plastic pry bar tools, the clip removal tool, the T25 Torx bit, Phillips head screwdriver, and the 2.5mm Allen key, not the 3/32 that I originally thought. A pair of dikes to cut the zip tie, and I use an adjustable wrench as a cheater to get that Torx bit off because it was really on there. All right, we're gonna remove this little tray, this tray. You want to get in here with one of these little clip removal tools and start popping these clips off. Now, all right, I unplugged the connector that goes to the old shift knob. All right, once you get this cover up, there's a T25 Torx bit that's holding the old shifter on here. This thing was really on here and I needed to cheat it off with an adjustable wrench. So I've loosened it up now, and There it is. Now this should pop off. Now that we have this off, we're gonna push these little tabs on here, and this boot assembly comes off of this little plastic console piece. I'm gonna take our, I think this is a 3/32 Allen key, and you push these little tabs inside this little plastic housing. All right, once I got that old shift knob out, we just want to kind of break this glue apart and remove this plastic piece. All right, now the plastic piece is off. I'm going to put my new shift knob in here, make sure it is oriented correctly, like this, okay? This goes in here. And then with the supplied little zip tie that they gave you, I'm gonna put that over this. Turn that off. Okay, and there we go. All right, so you got to plug this back into here, and we got to hide this up underneath this panel. So there's 2 Phillips head screws that we're going to take off. All right, using my little, clip removal tool here, there's 2 clips to get this piece out. And this is where we're gonna hide the old shift knob. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna plug this back in, like so. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna wrap it up with a microfiber towel or whatever. Like so. And that just tucks in there, just like that. All right, we got that little center console piece back in. We're going to replace our Phillips head screws. All right, we're going to put our new shifter and boot back into the plastic trim piece here. Those clips are all done up. Okay. Now, let's slide this on. 3/32 Allen key right underneath the edge of this boot here. Just that screw. All right, so it is not a 3/32 Allen key, it's a 2.5 millimeter. So I got that tightened on here now. Slide this back down. All right, move it back in our little plastic trays. Start it up.
Should I like click it?
There you go. So push your grip. Slide it back to wherever you want. Over.
So if you'd like to really upgrade both the look and feel of the shifter in your 2015 and newer automatic Challenger at home, then be sure to check out the Hurst Billet Plus right here at AmericanMuscle.com.